Alright, welcome back to the channel. It's winter time. I thought I'd do a little cleaning. We're cleaning the pot. It's not too bad. I'll show you inside it. I'm mainly cleaning the inside. I'm not real worried about the outside. But there's a mixture out there called 551, which is 500 milliliters of water, 50 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide, and 1 ounce of citric acid. So I was going to go ahead and mix that up. Let's get 50 milliliters in here. Where are we at? Oop. And I already got if you can see that, that's about 50 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide. Should have grabbed a towel. Sorry, be out of camera there. On that, and then an ounce. So an ounce is basically 2 tablespoons. So I got a thing, and the hydrogen peroxide cleaning up the top of my eating away at whatever on the wood, which is fine. Help clean. So I was going to make a mixture to clean the pot, and I've got the inside of the worm. I definitely want to pour some liquid in that, and then of course this in the tube. So I'm going to clean all of that. I'm going to go ahead and mix up, multiply this by 10, get what is that, a half a gallon or a gallon of this. So let me go ahead and mix that up. I'm going to put it in the bucket. I don't know if you guys want to watch that, but I'm going to pause you here while I do that. Alright, so I did a 10, I multiplied the 551 by 10, and this is what we end up with. And I'm going to go ahead and pour it in here. Let me show you, it's not too bad. When I did my mango, I had to let it cool. So, and it was late at night, so I just turned it off and I left it in it, and I think the mango kind of cleaned it a little bit. Let me see if I can show you that. Here, let's make sure I don't lose the camera. But let's see if we can show you what we got here. Can you guys see that in there? It's a little dirty on top, but not too bad on there. So, but since I wanted to do a cleaning run anyway, because I want to clean my both the worm and the thumper also, and then of course I've got all this over here, the inside of that. I'm sure the inside of those pipes need cleaning. Let me see if I can get you over. I got this stuff. Do a little. Oop. There we go. Okay, so where's my funnel? I'll go ahead and put this here. Let's pour this in. Hopefully I bought a little plug there. I made a plug, I should say. Pour this in. They say you only need to let it sit for about 20 minutes. Doesn't need that long, and then rinse it out. So we'll see how it does on this. Normally I just use citric acid, but I saw this 5150. I thought, oh, I'll give that a try. See what it looks like. See how it does. So we're about half full down there. We'll swish it around a little bit. Let's see. Well, that was good. That's probably not good to get in the eye. Let's make sure we get that out of there. All right, let me pause you guys. That. All right, I wanted to show you where I'm at. I couldn't get to the top. It's coming clean. So I started wiping it. Let me see if, hopefully the camera will get it. On here. You guys see that in there? I got it somewhat. The top edges I couldn't get, so I had to wipe it a little bit, and it's starting to come clean, but I need to do a little more wiping. And I was just using paper towel on that, and see it turned yellow. So I got a sponge, and I'm going to go ahead and wipe this a little more. Let's see what it does. Hang on. All right, I wanted to show you where I'm at. So I've got it pretty well clean on the inside. And as you can see, I was spilling it on the outside. Let me show you. And so it was just trickling down and cleaning. So I started wiping that off. So I'm going to go ahead, and I didn't care about the outside at first. And then I thought, the heck, as long as I'm doing it. And it's just taking a couple minutes to wipe down. So I thought I'd go ahead and do it anyway. So you want to see the inside? I've still got the in there, but I've got the inside pretty well clean on there. So that came out pretty good, but I did have to wipe it down a little bit because I didn't have the if I had, I should have made 10 gallons instead of, but all I'm doing, I'm just taking the sponge, and I'm not even using, I get this one of those scouring pans for the Teflon. I'm not even using the scouring side. I'm just wiping it down, and as I wipe it, another layer comes off. So that's pretty good, and I did the same thing on the inside. I guess you could use a scouring pad on that, and it'd do the same thing, but let's not use that. Let's see how the liquid does, and it does pretty good on here. So I'm going to clean this up, get it all, I guess, looking pretty again. I wasn't like worried about the inside or the outside, but since it was working pretty easy and only takes a couple minutes to come clean, we're going to go ahead and do that. So let me go ahead and finish this up. All right, so with a little bit of wiping down, it actually came clean in just a couple minutes. So it's not perfect, but it's a whole lot cleaner inside. And let me show you, let me pour this stuff out. But I was really surprised, get this, that let me get you guys back up here. Just a little bit, it wasn't scrubbing, it was just keeping it moist, and luckily it's, well, my clock died on me. It had the thermostat, but it's probably 50 degrees or so. There you go. There's our water, a little bit darker. I'll have to rinse this with some water, get that clean. You guys want to see junk that came out of the so it's a little dirtier. It'll definitely be dirty by the time I'm done with the thumper and the worm on there. So let me go ahead and do that. But yeah, definitely, this definitely came out a lot cleaner. On that, you guys can't see the inside of that, but the inside looks the same as the outside. So it'll be good for when it starts warming up again on that. So let me get to these. Let me rinse that off. All right, that's clean. See what we can do with these. Sorry if I'm out of the picture. See what we can do with these things. See that in there. Oh yeah, it's starting to just sit there. So I got enough to do that. Need to get that. Let's see. Bring you guys over here. So you can see it's already a little cleaner than what it was. So just sitting there does clean it up on that. It's just I didn't have a thing big enough to soak that pot. Yeah, so, but you can see just, I mean, the few minutes that it's been in there, the difference. Can you guys see the difference between this and this? So it cleans it up right away on that, just by soaking it. If you got a big enough container to soak some of this stuff. I don't know, not sure that worm's gonna, I may just funnel some tape off the end and funnel some stuff into that, get that. But boy, that looks pretty clean already. The inside, which is a little dirtier, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Should have a light shining on it. May have to wipe that off a little bit. But that just takes a little bit of wiping, which is nice. That. But I like how quickly it does start to clean that. So let's see. What we got that in there. Well, we can get this clean too a little bit. Do multiples. Now, let me take the sponge, and the inside's a little dirtier because that's where this is still coming pretty clean. And I like that you just barely have to wipe it. You just have to basically keep it moist, and it slowly cleans it on that. So that's nice. There's no scrubbing or anything. I mean, just a little bit of wiping to keep it on there. Yeah. So I thought I'd try it. I thought I was going to have to, because the manufacturer recommends doing use vinegar, basically a vinegar bath, and heat it up and run it through the whole thing, and then you can clean the inside of the pipes. But this works pretty good. I like what this is doing. How's this pipe doing? And that, but I mean, I guess vinegar is an easy way to do it. That way, you just run it through, heat it up like a normal run, and let it go, and it takes care of itself. That, so, but I wanted to try this 5150 thing, and it seems to be working pretty good on that. All right, let me pause you guys for a minute. Alright, so I've been playing with this, and this is pretty much done. Got that, so I need to take that out, soak it. This is all clean. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do, well, I can pour this into the inside of the Thumper. But yeah, let me rinse this stuff off with water. I did read on another post to knock down the citric acid, you can also rinse it with baking soda. So I'm just rinsing it with water right now, but they did say you had to neutralize, I'm sorry, I couldn't think of the word, neutralize the citric acid, but I'm drying it, I'm hosing it off pretty good and wiping it down. Put a little baking soda in your water and then rinse it off with that. I might do that, but I hadn't thought about it. I bought these. I do have some baking soda I got a couple bags for another project that I'm doing. So I'm not short of baking soda on that. It's just mixing it and splashing it all over it. I guess it'd probably be worth it. Maybe just mix up a small gallon can and just pour it over it and then dry it off might be the thing to do on that. But let me rinse this stuff off. All right. Last part of the, well, not the last part, but the pipe. We just have 2 pieces of pipe. We're just going to kind of do one end. We're going to miss missing a little bit. I wonder if I can get some in there. Oh, I can feel it, hear it in there. I don't know if you guys can hear it. We'll just run some water back and forth. There's, like right here, I can't get it. The water's not deep enough for the solution, I guess. We'll just run her back and forth a little bit. That. Get that going. All right. Let me do that. And all right. Let me go ahead. Oh, let me show you. So, that's what we got so far cleaned on that. The still, that looks pretty, looks brand new again. So, it's doing a pretty good job cleaning up. Yeah, we had one big container I could just drop everything in. Be nice, and then it'd be done in 5 minutes, but be making an awful lot of solution for a container that size. So let me finish this up. All right, let's get the Thumper cleaned. Swap this out. Put the Thumper up here. Ah. And get our trusty funnel. Let's pour the stuff in here. I got that closed. Ah. Well, I should probably top this off before I get going. I have a stopper going where the thermostat goes on here. Let's see if I can take it off this other one. Sorry. Keep going out of camera. I made this little plug. Let's put that in there. And fill this up as much as possible. There we go. Ah. Getting there. It's not at the bottom of the funnel yet, but are we leaking out? We aren't leaking out anywhere, no. So this might, well, this wasn't even 5 gallons, so yeah, it might take all of this. Now we're getting to the top. Yeah, it might just take it all. I'll have to look on the website, see how big this is, whether it's like 2 or 2.5, maybe even 3 gallon. I don't know. I have to double check the manufacturer. There we go. So that took all that. So we'll just leave that in there. Let that sit for a little bit. Get that cleaned up. And I'll have to. This is I bought this 2 years ago. North Georgia still distiller kit. I really like this. I enjoy it. It's pretty good little still on so far. When I first got it, I was trying to be fancy with it and add fruit and other stuff in the Thumper to give it more flavor. Well, I wasn't getting much of a yield, and some of it was just all stopping at the Thumper. And finally figured out, don't put anything in there to start with, and once I got that figured out, now I might mess with this to try and add some more flavor back in a little bit now I got it figured out a little bit. But yeah, it did take me a season to kind of figure out you got to make sure this Thumper gets hot depending on the temperature outside. I was doing it in some mornings and it was fairly cool, so Thumper was just acting as a condenser and just condensing everything. So kind of had to make sure I ran it on a good warm day, so the Thumper didn't act as a condenser. So that's one of the tricks to it, doing that. I have seen with smaller, seen a friend of mine, he had a smaller, it was just, I don't know, 3-gallon still or something he was just making, and he put his Thumper on a heating pad. Got a little electric heating thing. I shouldn't say a heating pad, it was a little cooker, a little electric coil thing, and kept it hot that way. That's one way to do it. But yeah, I like this still a lot. I've been enjoying it, and the yield that comes out of it. So let's go ahead and let this soak and go from there, and then figure out how we're going to do the worm. And there we go. There's been probably 5-10 minutes sitting in. I'll show you the inside. I'm assuming it's cleaning because the outside's clean, so just wiping it down, and that's just wiping it down. That's not even scrubbing on that. Like I say, this is North Georgia. It's a distiller kit. They recommend to clean it, and that just cleans the inside, which is fine. On that, I just wanted to try this 551 solution. So it's a recipe of 500 milliliters of water, 50 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide, and then 1 ounce of citric acid. And I just multiplied it by 10 and got a couple gallons. So that's what I'm using, and it works good. It's nice to have a nice clean still to begin with. It's not perfectly clean, but it is definitely cleaner than it was on there. So yeah, you guys can try this stuff if you want, or if you're just cleaning the inside, do the vinegar ratio, and then you just boil it away like you're running it, so it runs the steam all through, the vinegar steam through there, which also works. And the manufacturer recommends doing that, but I wanted to try this. Now let me go ahead and, let's get this into the bucket, see what the inside looks like. Let me swap this out. Bucket up here. Nope. See if I can do this without dropping anything. It's getting dirtier as I go. Just let it run out the pipe. That way, because I didn't get up to the top of the pipe. Get it all out. There we go. Now we'll rinse that out. Okay. Then we'll do the Thumper. And like I say, I think all I can do is tape up this side and then pour some in there and let it soak that way. I think is going to be our let's see, we just do this here. Oh, also, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe and the like button on there. We're getting close to our what we need here, and let's see. Where's my little funnel? On here, okay. Suppose we can just pour a couple scoops in there, tape that off, put a little duct tape on there. I was thinking about it, which maybe next time I'll make a plug for this. Wait a minute. Let me see something. Hang on a second. All right, sorry about that. I thought I had a cap for this already in my little collection of parts, but I don't. So I went ahead and just taped it. We'll see if that keeps it from there. And let's just pour a little in here. How much you think we pour in here? Oop, it'll bubble a little bit. Here, it's bubbling. I don't know if you guys can hear that on the camera. It's bubbling a little bit. Is it coming out? No, it is leaking. Darn it. Well, let's do this so we don't make too big of a mess. We're definitely full, making a mess. I just want to clean it a little bit. Yeah, my little duct tape didn't work as good as I thought, but it's okay. It'll clean what I needed. It gurgles down. I mean, it's just dripping out, so we'll just keep adding a little here and there. So, all right, let me pause you guys. You don't need to watch me do this. Let me pause you. All right, so we got that done, took that off. Boy, next time I definitely wear gloves on that, but we got that all cleaned out. Looks pretty again. You guys can see that. Again, the solution is 500 milliliters of water to 50 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide and 1 ounce of citric acid mixed together, and then I multiplied it by 10 to get the quantity I got on that, but it does a pretty good job. Like I say, please subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll put the recipe in the description section, so in case you want to write it down or use it. All right, thank you for watching.